You're listening to Sneaks with James Whittingham.
Hello, everyone. It's James. It's March 2021. I am so close to getting a vaccine. My veins are open. They are primed to get the needle. And I have a special guest with me tonight, Victor Lamb from Wolf Cop, star of Wolf Cop, star of another Wolf Cop, star of... I don't know what you're a star of. You're a star of so many things, Victor.
Lamb of Love.
Lamb of Love. We tried to find you love. We found you love. Then we lost you love. Victor, what did you have for dinner?
I had a very nice supper with dumpling and chicken and celeries and just delicious.
Did you make the dumpling?
No.
You bought it a store-bought dumpling?
No.
A special partner dumpling?
Yes.
Okay. So she cooks.
My partner made it for me. Made supper.
You are a lucky, lucky devil. Victor, have you got a vaccine yet? Because no one knows your age.
Yeah, I'm, I actually was vaccinated a few days ago.
Really?
Against, I thought about it very hard.
You thought about it?
Oh, yeah, many, many days.
Really? I would have taken your health card and gone down there and got the vaccine if you didn't want one. I wonder if people will do that. You actually had to think about it. I'm dying for a vaccine. Look at me, Victor. I have so many health issues. A common cold will kill me right now, tonight. I can't even eat popcorn because it could go down the wrong way. I'm a delicate man. The pandemic, Victor, has not treated me well. I am not healthy. And in fact, I've been bunged up and had to see the doctor.
Oh, I feel bad for you.
You should. My bowels, they weren't functioning. And people think, well, James, you should get that checked. I've had 2 colonoscopies in my life already.
Oh, my God.
And the doctor did not buy me a drink first, but it was pretty good stuff that they gave me. You don't like talking about this. I feel like I'm putting you to sleep now, Victor.
No. I mean,
all I'm saying, I didn't poop.
Pour it out to me. Just pour out your
I couldn't poop. The poop was not coming out, and yet it was there, but it wouldn't come out. Okay, and I've got this.
Out the other end?
No. Do you know what? Have you ever used a bidet?
No.
Well, I have one, Victor. You don't know what
is a bidet?
Okay, a bidet is. They're popular in Europe and Japan, and they have a spray that sprays certain parts of your body after you go to the bathroom. So you're sitting down, and a spray comes out, a nozzle comes out, and it knows where to go, Victor. It knows where to shoot, and it hits that spot. So people are generally more hygienic when going to the bathroom. And everybody poops, Victor. Everyone does. Well, I did not go once with a bag, but he still pooped in some sense.
Oh, wow. I have to try it one of these days.
No, Victor Lamb. Victor, let me, ladies and gentlemen, Victor has not listened to my podcast until I told him that he was going to be on, and then he listened. But I've been talking, Victor, a lot about my bidet because I love my bidet. I can't live without it now. I want to put one in my camper. And I know you'd put one in your, what do you drive it? A Transit? You still driving your Transit?
Yeah, I still drive the Transit.
You could fit a bidet in there. So what it does is, change the seat out to a bidet. So Victor, I'm so close. They changed it to 59. I'm 54. Tonight they're taking 59-year-olds for the AstraZeneca. What made you not want to take a vaccine? What was it? What was all these other people clamoring for that you had to think about it? Do you think there's a microchip from Bill Gates?
Well, I think that it's a good question, James. I think I would get more antibody if I actually contacted the virus.
Okay.
And develop antibody to it. That would be a good, very, very good defense for this virus. This is common knowledge.
It's common knowledge that the scientists are telling you to catch this deadly disease instead of getting the vaccine because you'll have more antibodies.
The deadly disease, and you develop immunization for it, and then you're okay.
Victor,
so why should I take this stuff there?
These I know you're healthy. I know you have that going for you. That's the difference between you and me. You're healthy. I'm very unhealthy. I don't want to be unhealthy, but I am, okay? So anything could kill me. Which vaccine did you get?
You see, the only reason I got my vaccine was both of my friends got them on Monday and Tuesday. They waited 6 hours to get the vaccine. And I say, what the hell do they want this vaccine? And you know why?
Why?
So they could fly out of the country, or they could get a job in a film set.
You're asking why people want a vaccine? I would cut off my arm for a vaccine right now. I don't understand, man.
Oh, come on. Would you wait 6 hours
Yes.
for a vaccine?
Victor Lamb, I would bring my bidet in the car, sit there for 6 days to get a vaccine. That's what I would do for a vaccine. Why? Because I have kids coming and going. My wife is a social worker. She comes and goes with other families. I'm exposed to this virus. You go out and about, you talk to people. You're going to get the virus too, aren't you?
I think, of course, we get viruses. I mean, I have a philosophy of really good hygiene.
What? Of course you do.
I wash my hands.
Yeah, but do you have a bidet?
I wash my hands. I wash my face. I wash my nose, and I wash my mouth.
All those things. They're all washed.
Yes. Yeah, all washed every day.
But you don't have a hot stream of water going at your anus after you poop. That's what I have that you don't. Victor, I really, really want a vaccine. Do you know that they are studying a blood clot that got into a man? It gave him an erection in Britain. And he was dying with an erection because the blood clot from COVID got into his penis and just sort of clogged things off. Now, I'm thinking, how did that happen? Because the blood had to get in there to begin with, so you had to start with an erection and then it gets clogged. I don't know. Anyway, he died with an erection. And I've always assumed that's the way I would go, but I don't want to go that way. I think this is a very strange virus, sir. It's very odd, and it's mutating. We have the UK variant, as it's called, floating around here, and it's going to kill me, Victor. You seem unconcerned with my life.
But you're going with a erection, isn't that happy?
Well, I assumed I would go with an erection, but that was with a prostitute. Yeah. It wasn't with a sex worker. It wasn't with just choking on my own fluids in my lungs and then having an erection. Is like, oh, the nurses would be pointing, what the hell's going on with his erection? Oh yeah, he's dead. I just, you know what it's called? It's priapism. Priapism. A lot of P's when anything to do with the penis. It's a lot of P's in there. That's the Latin. The medical term for a painful, prolonged erection unrelated to sexual activity. So that's what you have to do. And they had to put ice on it. I never want that to happen to me. I know you don't like talking about genitals, but I'm uncomfortable with that. I have accidentally squirted cold water from the bidet, but that's another story. Have you been sick in the last year with all these extra precautions, people distancing and wearing masks and washing hands extra? I know you're hygienic, you say, but have you gotten less sick in the last year? Do you ever get sick?
I don't get sick.
No?
No. I was really healthy. I go out all the time, believe it or not. I mean, it's like everybody stays home. I go grocery shopping. I shop in Walmart.
Oh my God!
I go to
filthy.
Home Depot, Lowe's.
Ooh,
like
you're just
I go out and eat.
So you're laughing. You're one of these anti-vaxxers then. Did you get a vaccine, Victor, so you could go on trips? Because I know you like to travel.
I mean, one of the reasons is that my friends were taking the vaccine because I think they may be working in a film set very soon. So if I have to be with people close proximity with people, I would want to be vaccinated.
Of course.
And that's the only reason I'm getting vaccinated.
And when the cameras roll in Wolf Cop 6 and 7, which they will, they'll ask you, Victor Lamb, are you vaccinated? Because
I say yes.
Well, that's good. You fearless man. I have no idea that you were so lackadaisical about vaccines when I want one more than anything. If I could get anything for Christmas, it would be a permanent erection and a vaccine, both, as long as it wasn't painful. I haven't got sick. I think
they're lowering the range. They expand the age limit now. I think on last Monday, it was 64 and up. On Tuesday, it was 63 and up. I think by next week, it may be 50 and up.
It's 59 if you take the AstraZeneca tonight. As of tonight, an hour ago, they moved to the 59 where we live. Mm-hmm. And I'm willing to take that experimental, questionable vaccine because I'm desperate, man. I'm desperate. Mm-hmm. You know, it hits fat people, Victor. You do know that, right? It hits fat people hard. People like me, we die. You know, it actually can hit healthy people. I have one thing going for me, though, Victor. I have got type O blood. What type is your blood, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Okay. I've got type O blood, and apparently there is some evidence, although it's questionable. Yeah. I've essentially been a bubble boy for the last year, and you're just casually gallivanting around like it's normal times, and you're probably not even stressed out like I am.
Type O is very rare.
No, it's not.
You don't have any A or B antibodies. Antigen, you know.
But the AB antigens are actually bad. You know all this, but you don't know your own blood type. Or are you preventing from the audience from knowing for reasons that have to do with the zombie apocalypse or something like that?
No, seriously, I don't remember. I think I'm either A or AB. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. It's my wife is A, and she's going to die when she gets the virus as well, because it attacks people with A. And not to make people uncomfortable, but that's the truth. And if you can't get the truth here in my podcast, what can you get? I haven't been touching my face. Were you a face toucher before the pandemic? Victor, everyone touches their nose. They don't even realize it. They put a camera on people and study this, and everyone gets a little bit itchy. Your nose is an appendage, you know. It sticks out. It needs love. It needs sort of to get the blood flowing. Not like that. Yes, he's touching his nose. Really hard, violently, stretching it. You have a very stretchy nose. For a man who is allegedly older than me, you have a very elastic nose. It stretches quite a ways. Have you had work? That's amazing. Victor, can you see my hair?
No.
No?
I see a speaker.
See this?
Your earphone.
Do you see this? Where my hand is? I'm pulling my hair out.
God.
Yeah, that's my hair.
Oh my God, you have long hair.
Yes.
Your hair is longer than mine.
My hair is longer than 1968 Beatles. It is really long. It tickles my shoulders, Victor. It tickles.
Oh my goodness. Well, look what pandemic gave you.
I know.
Long hair.
I haven't left home. It's
Oh
you know
God.
you know what
Seriously?
when somebody needs to be rescued on the side of a mountain, do you know what the scariest time is? It's the time just before you get rescued. Well, it's the time just before I'm getting a vaccine. So this is the scariest time.
I can't believe it. I went to the hairstylist twice.
When?
I had my hair cut twice.
During the pandemic?
Yes.
Well, that's only once every 6 months, man, you cheap bugger.
That's right. Yeah. I'm going again. Yeah.
You know what, though, Victor? I don't think we're getting along well here today. You've got a full life out in the world, and I'm wearing sweatpants every day. Do you know I have a dress-up sweatpants that I can wear for dinner? On Fridays and Saturdays, I have a slightly better pair of sweatpants than the sweatpants I wear the rest of the time. It's kind of a Victorian idea, dressing for dinner.
Oh.
You know, like
okay.
You watch those old movies of the Victorian times where they would all put on suit and tuxes and everything for dinner, and the maids would look after them. I have no maids either, which is problematic.
Oh.
But I do have dressier sweatpants. They're basically just newer. Yeah.
So you're not dressing up for supper?
Well, I am, though, with better sweatpants.
No ties, no shirt?
Oh, no. I'm not the Lamb family. I can't do that. I'm bunged up. You know, I took X-Lax, chocolate X-Lax the other day. When I was a kid, when I was 3 years old, I was hungry one Sunday afternoon. My mom was a nurse, so she often wasn't around, and I climbed up to the top cupboard on the counter and got the X-Lax and ate it all. And you know what happened to me? I shit my pants for basically the whole afternoon.
Badu? Is it Badu?
X-Lax. I ate all the chocolate X-Lax when I was 3 years old. My parents never let me forget it. And I never forgot it. But this is the first time I ate an X-Lax. And now I'm on this fiber stuff just to get... You know what my doctor said? She said, James, you've got a lazy bowel. A lazy bowel. I mean, I've been called lazy in a lot of ways, but not in my bowels. And because, you know, my bowels are usually quite active when they're expelling gas. what I did is sat around, didn't get enough exercise during the pandemic. And since I'm a fat piece of garbage, my bowels just got lazy, she said. So we're going to wake them up, she said. We're going to get some fiber going, and you're going to drink some more water, pay attention to the water you're drinking, and continue getting tested to make sure you're okay. Things are getting better now, Victor. I know you don't like to talk about my bowel movements, but I am getting better. And
that's one thing you may like to try is prune juice.
Prune juice. You and your alternative medicine, not getting a vaccine and drinking prune juice. I guess I could drink. Prune juice is good. Isn't that good for your bladder? Not your bowels.
Oh, good for your bowel. Believe me.
Okay. Well, at least you're not telling me to drink WD-40 to get things slippery. It's not hot dog season. You probably don't eat hot dogs. Do you ever eat hot dogs? I'm a family man in the suburbs, Victor. I eat hot dogs. We barbecue, and I spill it all over myself. But it's hot dog season. Suddenly it was 20 degrees yesterday. Did you go and enjoy it?
Oh, yes. It was lovely yesterday. I think I went for a walk. It's pretty amazing. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to buy a yellow shirt for the summer. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Because if I spill mustard on the shirt, you see, I don't think they sell mustard color shirts, but I'm going to go looking. I used to have one back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I mean 1986. My first year of university, I dressed completely in yellow. And I walked across the campus, and my brother's sister-in-law spotted me from 10 miles away and ran towards me and knew that it was me dressed. I had no taste. And that, Victor Lamb, is why I did not have sex. There was no relations in my first year of university, I don't think.
I feel sorry for you, James.
Victor, I know what your dream is to do after the pandemic's over. It's probably to travel. Am I right? Because you're a traveler.
I don't think I could. My mom is here.
What's your post-pandemic dream? Because mine is only going to Canadian Tire. I just want to go shop at a hardware store. I don't know what it is, but that's the only thing that I can come up with.
I love going out there, but there's so much you can shop, that I can shop,
Victor, we're approaching your bedtime. It's only an hour away, so I'm going to get going here.
Okay.
What is the big negative of the pandemic for you?
Big negative. No, I think it's all positive. We get to stay home. We get to, do things that we want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's all positive. I mean, when I was working, way back, before I retired, people wanted to retire early. And here, the pandemic is just the right time for people who want to retire, who just wanted some time off from work. They have it. And the people are complaining because, they didn't get enough work. They didn't get enough pay, blah, blah, blah. But in actual fact, it's the best time. They have all the time in the world they can spend at home. I mean, I don't have any negative things about a pandemic. It's all positive.
Victor,
it's all positive.
People who have long haul COVID disease, they've lost their sense of taste and smell. So they're really miserable and they can't taste or smell anything. And, that would do me in, because I live for taste, right? Because that's why my pleasure comes from eating and then digesting and then ultimately pooping, which I lost temporarily for that. That wasn't one of the symptoms of COVID, along with erections and everything else. Victor, If I die during the pandemic, will you be devastated?
Oh, I'm just devastated. Yep. I'd be really devastated. I'd be crying. I've been bawling out. I say, James, my dear James, how can you leave me so early?
Thank you for saying early, because it is early, isn't it? Victor,
Yes.
On my podcast here, I randomly select topics, okay? So I'm going to randomly select a topic here. I have different websites for different things, and they randomly select a topic. It's a one-word topic. I'm going to push the button here, and we're going to see what happens, okay? Here we go. Radiology. Do you have any thoughts on radiology?
Radiology. Is there something like a X-ray or CAT scan? And
I believe it's X-rays, yes. Do you have any thoughts on X-rays?
X-rays. I watch Ancient Aliens quite a bit.
You do? What is that?
Ancient Aliens is a program on TV. You could watch. You could just Google it. It's about radiation coming from outer space.
Okay, now I'm going to generate a random phobia, okay? And we're going to... Remember, we used to talk about phobias on set. Bovinophobia, the fear of cattle. Do you, Victor Lamb, have a fear of cattle? Any fear of cattle?
No, I don't. But I've seen videos of mad cow disease. It's pretty scary.
All right, and now I'm going to generate a conversation starter. What is your breakfast food?
Breakfast food?
Yeah, what is your breakfast food? What do you like to eat for breakfast?
In the last few months, I've been cooking just an omelet.
An omelet?
Omelet with onions, ham, mushrooms, cheese, and couple eggs. That's my breakfast.
Eggs are important, aren't they? With the omelet. Let me ask you a personal question. Do you chop up the ham and the onions and put it in a container in the fridge, say on a Sunday night or something, so that you have a week's supply of the chopped up, or do you every day take out an onion and chop it for your omelet? How does it work?
Onions, I do chop up for a good 3-4 days of supply.
Aha! Okay.
But not ham.
But not the ham.
Not the ham. No.
No, you take it like a slice of ham and then like cutting it up, or how are you doing that?
I take a ham and I cut freshly cut ham, and I dice it and slice it into tiny little bits.
All right. Here's another question as before we end the show. Let's try and stay awake for the next minute or two, and we'll get through the show, okay? And next time I'm going to send you a coffee, all right? I feel like this is too strenuous for the end of your day. This is more of a morning thing. We should do it after your omelet, I think, when you're probably full of energy and enthusiasm. Okay. Or it could be just a general dread that you have talking to me. I mean, I would think it would be pleasurable to talk to me. Victor, what do you miss most about being a kid? This is the randomly generated question.
Oh, okay. That's a good question, James.
Sorry, that was the wrong answer. Go ahead.
What am I missing as a kid? What did I miss?
What do you miss most about being a kid?
Being a kid. That's a good question, James.
For me, it's the sex. What is it for you?
Can I hear the buzzer again? Thank you. I miss riding my bicycle. I miss going to swim. I miss the swimming in the river. Oh. I miss fishing in the river.
Mm-hmm. What did you fish for?
Crayfish.
One more question before we go, Victor. I'm going to hit the random conversation generator here. Would you rather go without junk food for a year or go without TV for a year?
Can you repeat the question?
I'm sorry, I can't. This is not a game show. Would you rather go without junk food for a year or go without TV? Which is worse, going without junk food or television for an entire year?
Actually, I would go without both junk food and TV for a whole 2 years.
You disgust me. You disgust me, Victor. You and your vaccine shenanigans and your relaxed state about this whole pandemic. You're the opposite of me. You're the oil to my water. Because I'm Mr. Anxious, Mr. Pandemic Anxious, and you're Mr. I'll go shopping. It's fine. Maybe I'll get the vaccine. Other people are. The cool kids are. Maybe I'll get one. Maybe I'll need it. That's fine. I understand, Victor. Victor, we've been trying to get you on the show for years, and it is a true absolute delight that you agreed to show up and do this. I hope we can talk again sometime because you're wonderful. So thank you.
Well, thank you for the interview, James. It's my pleasure to be in your show. Thank you so much for having me.
Do you remember the name of the show?
James Whittingham Sneeze.
All right, that's it for this week. We'll see you again on Sneeze.
Thanks for listening to Sneeze. Spread the love. Tell your friends.